This is the third part of the video about Tamla Horsford, the black woman who was found dead. They said she fell off the balcony. She was drunk, intoxicated. She had drugs in her system. So this is the story they gave us, not the story that we believe. Again, this video is not only to talk about Tamla. We need justice for Tamla Horsford. This video also is to bring awareness for the black people to be careful and don't put yourself in this position. Don't be the only black person at a party or anywhere. Like I said, it's not being racist, it's to bring awareness. And again, this is my third time hearing about a story like this. You know, in one of the stories, it was about, it's been so many years, I can't remember too much, but I remember hearing a story about this, and I think it was a party in a house. It was a black boy. He was the only black person, and he was found deceased. But it's always, you know, it's like people either don't know what happened, they didn't see anything, they didn't hear anything, so they run with this story about what happened, but we all know, at least most of us know, that's not what really happened. The story's not adding up. It's like, I'm cool with a lot of white people at my job. They're cool. I don't have any problem with them. But I'm not going to go anywhere with them. They might say, hey, let's go fishing, like on a boat. Hell no. They might want to go hunting. Hell no. We got a body of water and we got bullets. You think I'm gonna be the only black person? And it's not like trying to think, thinking like, hey, the people that I know may end up doing something to me. No. You gotta think outside the box. You gotta think about the people that they know. Think about their friends, think about their family members that may come around. Because like I said, this Tamla, she knew a lot of these females from her son's football team. She knew a lot of these females. But two of them she didn't know. But there were at least a couple of guys there too. So you may be around a group of people that you know of the opposite race. They might be cool. They might not even want to harm you. But then at the same time, you may have people that you know from the opposite race. You know, when they see you on a black person, they might start making jokes about it. Like, how you feel about being the only black person? You know, they might start, just throw that out there just to spark up that conversation about being the only black person. So I'm just trying to spread awareness. Don't put yourself in this position. Because you go somewhere, you might go at a friend's house for something like this, a party, like a pajama party, supposed to be ladies only. But you don't know who else is in that house. You don't know who else is going to come around you. You don't know. So you have to be careful. But my point is, it's always the black person, the only black person there end up dead. Check out this video.
All these inconsistencies only fueled suspicion. And it didn't escape anyone that this was happening in Cumming, Georgia, a town where only 4% of the population is black, a place known for years as a gathering point for white supremacists. For decades, Cumming had been an all-white town, openly hostile to black residents. So people started asking, if this had been a white woman found dead at a party full of black people in a predominantly black neighborhood, would police have treated the case the same way? In the months after Tamla's death, her family and friends did everything they could to keep her story alive. So,
let me pause it right there. And I want to keep her story alive. That's why I'm doing these videos. And I want to say, too, we definitely need to get rid of these sundown towns. Because they still exist. And this is 2025. Why do they exist? Sundown towns. And it's not just the South. They're all over. I might want to do a video about sundown towns. But we really need to get rid of this because it's a serious problem. You think about it. The name Sundown Town. A town where black folks, the sun is going down, so you better go. You're not welcome. Let me play this other part of the video. Black folks, be careful out here.
Social media became a powerful tool, but there was one detail that couldn't be ignored: Jose's job. He wasn't just Jean's boyfriend. He was a former probation officer who, at the time, worked in pretrial services. In a small town like Cumming, that meant he very likely knew and possibly had influence with the very officers investigating Tamla's death. But as attention to the case grew, people who attended the party started receiving death threats. Some filed a lawsuit against one of Tamla's supporters, accusing her of putting them in danger by naming them online. That lawsuit was ultimately dismissed. In December 2018, just a month after Tamla's death, Jose was fired from his job as a pretrial services officer. The reason? He had been caught trying to access files related to Tamla's case, Weintra's records he had no business looking at. To the public, this only added to growing suspicion. Why try to access those files unless you were trying to control the narrative or hide something? In 2020, amid a national reckoning around racial justice and police accountability, Tamla's case came roaring back into public conversation. That infamous photo started circulating again, sparking new outrage. This time, it caught attention from celebrities like 50 Cent, T.I., and Kim Kardashian, who all used their platforms to demand answers.
Let me pause it right there. And I want to pause it on her photo. Justice for Tamla, Horsford. Definitely want to do this video. Like I said, black people, to my melanated people, please be careful. And we really need these politicians to step up and do something about these sundown towns. Because I know a lot about these sundown towns. Can't say where I'm from is a sundown town. And you don't have to live in a sundown town, just driving through there. So, like I said, again, this is to bring awareness to the black people, melanated community. Be careful. And justice for Tamla, Horsford.